Back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. As always, your host with the most, Ghost. Episode 3 today, guys, of the Attitude Era pay-per-view review series. Got WrestleMania 14 today. Hope you guys are enjoying the series, and let's get right into it, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's WrestleMania 14 live from Boston, Mass. The Fleet Center in Boston. And I just want to say before I get into it that I hope WWE sometime soon returns to Boston. They definitely deserve to have another WrestleMania in a big stadium. So the pay-per-view starts off here with LOD returning as the mystery team in the 15-team Battle Royal. This is to determine the number one contenders at, I believe it's Unforgiven. The LOD return was sunny. They're in the new gear, the new haircuts, everything else. It ends up coming down to LOD, the New Midnight Express, Godwins, and DOA. DOA gets eliminated. They come back, toss out the Godwins. The Godwins come back with the Buckets attacking LOD. LOD end up winning, last eliminating the Midnight Express there. We see clips from the weekend in Boston up next here. We have the DX Public Workout, Austin and Regis. We have the dinner at Champions Restaurant, and then we have the VIP dinner. So this was before Access and before the Hall of Fame. These are some of the things they used to do for the weekend there in Boston. Second match, we got Taka Michinoku defending the Light Heavyweight Championship against Aguila, who is more famous there in Mexico. Early on, we got a top rope Asai moonsault to the outside from Aguila. Taka Michinoku comes back with a top rope crossbody to the outside. Taka ends up countering a Hurricane Rana into a powerbomb. Aguila kicks out. Aguila jumps from the top rope. Taka hits him with a drop kick. Hits a Michinoku driver for the 3 count. Up next, we got the interview with The Rock and Jennifer Flowers. Funny stuff there with Rock saying what he would do if he was president or all that kind of stuff. Triple H defending the European title against Owen Hart. Chyna is cuffed to Sergeant Slaughter. Owen goes for the sharpshooter early on. We get a face buster from Triple H, a front face lock into the suplex. Owen's nose ends up getting busted open on the bridge of the nose there. Not too much blood, but you know, it's noticeable. Owen counters the pedigree into the sharpshooter, and at this time, Chyna throws the powder into Sergeant Slaughter's face, hits the low blow on Owen, and Triple H hits the pedigree for the win. Awesome match, man. Triple H being one of my favorites, as well as Owen. I love that match. Mark Miro and Sable against Goldust and Luna. Only the 3rd mixed tag match in WrestleMania history. Miro and Goldust start out. Luna gets tagged in. You know, Sable gets a huge pop for coming in, chasing Luna around the ring and choking Luna. And Luna tags out quickly. Miro goes for the TKO, but it's countered into the DDT. Miro hits another TKO. Luna jumps from on his back, Sable tags in, covers Goldust, but the ref doesn't see it. Luna goes for a splash, ends up hitting Goldust. Sable hits a power bomb and the picture perfect TKO for the win. Awesome match. Tennessee Lee and Jeff Jarrett are here to introduce The Rock and Ken Shamrock. Shamrock dominates early on, and this match is for the IC title. Rock hits the People's Elbow, which isn't his finishing move at the time. He only gets a 2 count for that. It's cool to see like how The Rock changed his moveset up, but always had the same moves. Rock hits Shamrock right in the face with a chair. And then shortly after that, Shamrock gets the ankle lock on. Rock taps, but he ends up going crazy. Nation comes in, gets a suplex. Suplex to Kama, suplex to D'Lo, suplex to Mark Henry, suplex City to the refs. I think he hits 3 refs there with suplexes. Farouk comes down, but he won't help The Rock. And the referee ends up reversing the decision. You know, these guys had a great feud going on that started around the Rumble, and great little match here. Up next, the infamous dumpster match. And I'm going a little bit quickly. I'm not sure if the time's going to run out, so sorry guys, but the infamous dumpster match between the Outlaws and Cactus Jack and Terry Funk. Foley takes a bad Russian leg sweep into the dumpster, the back of the head hitting the side of the dumpster there. We see chairs, cookie sheets, ladder spots. The Outlaws end up taking Foley backstage. Foley hits the Outlaws with chairs and hits a double arm DDT on the pallets. We see a crazy man, Terry Funk, driving a forklift, and he dumps them into the dumpster backstage. We got new tag champs, but unfortunately they would end up losing them the next night on Raw. Back to the Outlaws. Up next we got Undertaker versus Kane, and this is a hell of a match here. And an awesome promo package done by WWE. It's one thing I love about, you know, WrestleManias and WWE in general. They know how to put video packages together that sell you on the match and, you know, make you invest in the match itself. Pete Rose, in his first WrestleMania appearance, is the guest ring announcer, ends up getting tombstone for his troubles. We start the match with hard rights. Kane knocks down Taker. Taker sits up immediately. Kane hangs Taker over the top rope, and we see a springboard from Kane. Steel steps to Taker, and Paul Bearer getting some cheap shots in on there. Taker attempts a suicide dive, but Kane sidesteps him, tossing him through the poor Spanish announce table. Awesome spot though, you know. That would become one of Undertaker's more traditional spots at WrestleMania. Kane hits a tombstone for 2. We see a lot of finishers here in the next couple of minutes. You know, Taker hits a chokeslam and a tombstone for 2. Undertaker hits a leg drop. Kane sits up. And Undertaker hits a second tombstone for 2. Undertaker goes to the top rope and hits that flying clothesline that Kane would end up using more. And a third tombstone for 3, but Kane kicks out right at 3. Undertaker wins, but you know, Paul Bearer gets in the ring, starts kicking down Undertaker, and Kane tombstones Undertaker on a chair. And you know, this is one of my more favorite Undertaker matches. You know, it's definitely one of the better Undertaker and Kane matches. their feud from 2010 wasn't that great. And, you know, it's cool to see them back together every now and again, but this feud was so hot in '98. It was unbelievable seeing these two huge men going at it. You know, awesome match. And the main event for the WWF Championship, we got the icon, the main event, the showstopper, if you will, Shawn Michaels, the first ever Grand Slam champion of the World Wrestling Federation, against the 1998 Royal Rumble winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Before the match, Michaels dedicates the match to Earl Hebner, who's in the hospital during this time. Austin starts the match off by chasing HBK around the ring, hits a couple of clotheslines, and we got the DX band performing Michaels to the ring. And during this match, man, you could tell Shawn was in a lot of pain. Every step, every move, you know, he's holding that lower back. And, you know, you seen the type of matches these guys had there in 96, there, 97, I think. Much better matches, but this is still a WrestleMania-worthy main event. I have no problem with this match. Triple H throws Austin into the guardrail, and Chyna and Hunter end up getting tossed out there. Shawn takes advantage of Austin early on there, battling outside the ring, hitting Austin's legs against the post, and he ends up putting Austin in the figure four, using the ropes to his advantage, and we end up getting a ref bump after that. Shawn hits the elbow drop. Austin ends up hitting the... Shawn goes for a sweet chin music. Austin counters, goes for the stunner. Shawn counters, goes for a second sweet chin music. Austin counters, hits the stunner for the 3 count. And we have a new World Wrestling Federation champion. The Austin era has begun. And at the end of the match, we have Tyson and Michaels getting into it. Right hand of Michaels. Tyson and Austin celebrate. And for home video exclusive, we got a quick clips from the press conference there. We got Bill after there asking some questions if Tyson would ever step in the ring. Cool to see, you know. And it's like a little DVD extra on the home videos. But overall, a great WrestleMania, you know, one that many don't talk about much, and I recommend you guys go watch it. It's WrestleMania 14 there. And, you know, definitely the rise of Steve Austin, Stone Cold. And we wouldn't see Shawn for another 4.5 years. So, check it out if you guys got a chance. Up next, in the Attitude Era review series, we're going to have Mayhem in Manchester, which is not on the WWE Network for some reason. So I'm going to review this for you. And subscribe to the channel, guys. We'll talk to you later. Peace.